You know, Natalie, I've always said that timing is everything when it comes to the timing belt. That's one of the reasons they call it a timing belt.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
See?
Waiting for them to wear out or break can cause serious engine damage. It's been called one of your engine's most critical components. This morning, our Monday morning mechanic David Rogers joining us live with tips and advice on knowing when to replace that timing belt and telling me what it is. Hi, David.
Well, hi, Natalie. Hey, Tom. How are you?
Good.
Hey, you are so right. It is all about timing. What we have here today is an engine where the timing belt was damaged. The timing belt was recommended on this engine at 90,000 miles. This engine was only barely 93,000 miles old. So if you think you can wait on this, you are wrong. See how the little teeth are on the belt here? You see these teeth? And as they go around the notches, now look, they're gone down here at the bottom. Can you see that? Now where you see that these are gone, it caused the timing belt to jump. Let me show you what happens. Basically, these are your pistons right here, these big round things. And these big round things pump up and down, and they're timed by that timing belt. That's why they call it that. In the meantime, this piece over here sits actually upside down on top of those pistons, and these are valves. And each one of these little boogers is pumping up and down in time with those pistons. The belt keeps the piston from hitting the valve. When the belt breaks or it shreds like that, the piston's pumping up and down like this, and the valve's pumping up and down. The belt breaks, bam. Now what happens is these things hit right over here on these pistons. You see these little notches? It's the exact round circle of the valve hitting. Once these pistons are damaged like this, guess what? You're finished. New engine, okay? This is a $7,500 mistake for a belt that could have been changed for probably about $350 or $400. So even though we can't see the timing belt, it's critical that we change it. I want to show you something else ancillary here. If you look down here, this is the top of the valve cover. Now, if we notice this stuff, this is a result of not doing oil changes. So it didn't cause the belt to break. It's kind of just another example of what happens when you don't do your maintenance. When this oil cooks on like this and scores, it begins to cause other problems as well, including the gaskets failing and other issues with pressures. Folks, what I can tell you about the timing belt is, if your manual says that you should replace that at 60 to 90,000, do it at 58 or 59. If it says 90,000, do it at 85. Don't wait like these folks did. It's a terrible thing to have to spend thousands of dollars instead of a few hundred. This wasn't an old car, but it was an expensive engine.
How much does it cost to get a timing belt replaced normally?
Sir, that ranges somewhere between $300 and $500 depending on what type of vehicle.
Sure.
Some of them have two belts. There's balance shaft belt and timing belt. So, you know, you want to do the tensioners. They have a tensioner with that belt. You want to replace that too. And do the water pump while you're doing the timing belt because it's behind the timing belt. It'll save you hundreds to just change that out at that time, whether it's leaking or not.
Money well spent,
Yeah,
though.
well, I know we have to hurry, but is that the kind of thing that when you take it in for an oil change, they'll tell you it's about time that you do this? Because I wouldn't normally just think, oh, it's approaching 80,000 miles, I need to do it.
It depends on where you take it for an oil change. That's one of the reasons I always say don't go to the quickie, fasty places. Go to a place with master technicians. Certified technicians going to tell you things like that. But you can look in your owner's manual, and it'll say right there when that timing belt is recommended. So please follow it.
David, thanks as always. More information is on David's website, MondayMorningMechanic.com.
Now I know what a timing belt